I think I'm going on a date tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you said your love life was bad.
It is so bad. It's a Tinder date. It's going to be bad.
Oh my God, it's a Tinder date. Have you ever thought about like consulting a psychic?
I would love to.
Oh, I mean,
need to
have
know
you ever
what's
done
gonna...
that before?
No?
No? Oh. Well, oh, wow. What is that?
A fortune
Is
teller.
that a Halloween? Are you a Halloween costume?
You look like a babushka.
Are you a Halloween costume? Do you tell fortunes? Yes.
Oh my God. Do I have to like rub a bottle or like...
I think you have to put money into the thing.
Money? Oh, hold my bucket.
Oh.
What do you desire to know?
Am I getting married soon? When?
You will be wed in your lifetime.
When?
Sorry, I don't know what to say.
But that's great. Maybe it'll be your Tinder date. Come on, let's go get some more candy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody said anything
Tighter
about
this
us being
grandpa.
so old trick-or-treating. So let's go quick before they figure it out.
Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Cheaper Than Bail podcast. We have Robin today. Yeah.
Welcome, Robin. Today, our topic is spiritual gifts, and you might wonder, what is a spiritual gift? And we're going to let Robin answer that question.
I get to answer that question.
Well, I think it's kind of different for anyone because, you know, there's different faiths and different maybe biases. But to me, a spiritual gift would be speaking through for, man, how do I describe what I mean? Man, I'm like so blanking.
Oh, it's hard to describe it. It's a gift that comes from a higher power, whoever you conceptualize that to be.
Well, and for me, to serve a greater purpose. Like, it's beyond me, or sometimes even the person I'm speaking to. Like, sometimes it's just a message or guidance that is out of my hands. I know at least for you, sometimes I even forget what I tell people once I'm done. I'm like, oh, okay. Glad it was helpful.
Can you talk about when did you first realize that you had a gift like that?
I do know when I was little, I would get maybe like not ideas, but like things I should tell people. And it wasn't really stuff that always made sense to me, but I would tell them because I was, you know, like a little kid. And it would be helpful. It would be important. It'd be these little intuitions here and there that would be helpful. Like, where did I leave my keys? And I wouldn't know because I wasn't with her. And I'd be like, oh, you should check your left top drawer. And there they are. Like, it's just odd things I wouldn't have known otherwise that just kind of appear. You know what I mean? That sounds so made up, I feel like. I feel like to a lot of people when I describe it, it does sound a tad made up. But
I think that's true for a lot of things, that when people have a gift that other people don't understand or haven't personally experienced and don't have a context for, it sounds otherworldly or like miraculous or something that can't possibly be true. And that's okay. I think that's one of the challenges that come with having a special gift. And it's one of the things that a lot of people struggle with. And sometimes a reason why they don't use their gift is because the stigma or the fear around using it is sometimes greater than.
I remember telling someone once, it's like, if like a musician can play something by ear, almost always the first question is, oh, well, can you play this? Or can you do it? Like do it right now. Like, and that's something that you can do. It's a thing grounded in reality. If someone were to be like, tell me when I die, I'll be like, well, I can't really do that. I can't really do that. Sorry. Out of my hands, out of your hands. Out of your hands too, buddy. You can know, but you can't avoid it. But-
So it's one of the limitations is that with this type of gift, you don't always control if or when you can get information. It comes if it comes, it doesn't if it doesn't.
well, and sometimes people ask me like very hyper specific questions like, will I be getting $2,000 in the month of February? And I'll be like, dog, I don't know. Like, I can't tell you. I can tell you if you're getting money soon. I can't tell you how much, the month. I can't tell you where from. I can't tell you if it's in the form of an estate, a trust, $200 in cold hard cash. I can't tell you. Just that you're getting it vaguely here. And a lot of people also kind of doubt it because it can be vague. Like, it can be kind of vague. But that's just because I'm not in your life and I'm also not omniscient. That'd be scary. I'd hate to be omniscient. I'd hate
What's
that.
omniscient mean?
Omniscient means you like know everything. Like,
Okay,
that's
so what
going on.
are you then? Tell us what you are if that's what you're not.
I mean,
What is your gift?
I wouldn't really know how to name it in like a traditional sense, like a medium or whatever, or a psychic or whatever. But I usually just call myself a speaker. Like, someone spiritually hooks up to the Bluetooth and starts blah blah blah. So that's usually how I think about it. Like, it's not like I'm getting possessed. It's just I get the information or words or phrases. And you know what? Sometimes songs. I do get like song lyrics, melodies, and sometimes it's the words in those that are like something they want me to say. And I think it's a way for them to contextualize it for me. So I kind of get the gist. Yeah, I think that one's the more fun way, but it doesn't always happen. It can come and go. And it'll be songs like I haven't heard in years, or songs I might necessarily not know the name of, or like just kind of like phrases, verses, lyrics, things like that. I like that. I think that's neat.
No, that is so cool. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I don't know if that's right verbiage.
I mean, I'd say cool.
Okay.
You can say cool. Tip to be square.
Can you shut it off if you want to? Like if you're getting information and it's scary or overwhelming, can you just shut it down?
Some people, yeah. I think it's sort of like some people have an easier time like disconnecting themselves, removing themselves from situations. I have a hard time putting it down. Like, I can't always. I get so much information all at the same time, and I have a hard time putting it down. I do get a little frazzled, but there are some things different like psychics have taught me to do. One of them is like using your fingers and pretending like you're cutting cords over your head, and I'll do that if I'm too overwhelmed. I'll be like, yeah, no, too many, and that will sometimes help. Or making sure you're like spiritually protected. Like, I know the rocks sometimes make people laugh. I had my dad once call it a rock collection. But like, crystals are really beneficial for things like that, especially if you're like new to it or maybe scared of it. If you or a loved one think you're psychic, things like that, but it might help.
And just let's please just side note that said dad now has a rock
Oh
collection.
yes, he does
of
have a
his own.
rock collection of his
So
own.
there's that.
An impressive one, but a rock collection of his own.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, do you have any questions? Any questions, comments, concerns? Because you're a little skeptical now.
Yeah, I am. What is you said you were a speaker, but what is it that you like do? You know what I mean?
Like, what does it mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of mediums have like their medium, haha. Sometimes people pull cards, sometimes people jot. I've seen, actually, this one was really cool. I saw this one lady who would get a notepad and blindfold herself and would just write things,
When people
draw
do that.
things. And like it was kind of creepy. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I'm not skeptical.
It's called automatic writing, and the person who took over for Amy in Dead Files does it, and I'm like, that's just
and
BS.
That seeing it like in front of your face. Oh my god!
Have you
it's
seen
like-
people do it?
Yes.
Have you done it?
No, I cannot. I don't trust myself. But no, it's freaky to see. And as someone who does this stuff, I thought it was a little freaky. I was like, that's a little much. There are people who read through dice. You can think like your standard Yahtzee dice, or you can think like astrological dice or rune dice. Like, there's a lot of interesting ways to find and convey these messages. And I think, me personally, I don't necessarily need like a deck or something. But I prefer to have one, just because a lot of people will be like, well, where are you getting this from? Where are you getting this idea from? And a lot of times with cards, I can sort of point to things and rationalize it a little bit better and show people the connection. And sometimes it does clear things up for me as well, because when you're getting a bunch of information and like you don't really know how to piece it together, sometimes the cards are a little bit more helpful. I also think they're a lot more beginner friendly than say something like dice or having ghosts write for you.
So when you get information, is it verbal in your head, pictures? Do you just know?
Oh, it's a bit of all three. I think
that
it
sounds
really
scary.
it really depends on what I'm being asked. Like if it's something I could never ever ever visualize or have a vocabulary for, sometimes I will just get words or honestly feelings like anguish or urgency or like it's intense a lot of the times. Like sometimes people will ask for light stuff like career or does this girl like me and blah blah blah, and that stuff is about as easy as shaking a hand versus like someone asking me, let me guess, will my loved one's illness get better? They might be asking me to suplex them in a parking lot. That's a lot more heavy lifting. Like spiritually, it's a lot on me. And that's why having that protection is so important, like making sure you're safe and you're not taking it home with you.
But what do you do with that anguish?
I kind of just let myself feel it, but usually once the message is delivered, it leaves me. Like once I'm done with what I'm supposed to do, it goes.
So, okay.
So I know that if there's more for me to say, it's still there, but if I'm sort of getting to the point, which I think we all know I'm a little bad at, if I get to the point, it goes away. And sometimes like it lingers for a minute, but I have to just remind myself it's not my feeling, like it's someone else's, and I did what I had to, and it goes. Goes. How funny.
How long do you think it took you to accept your gift?
I still don't think I fully accepted it. And I think it's sort of that way with a lot of people who do spiritual things. Like you don't always know if what you're telling people is the right thing to tell people. I know a lot of the times the feeling I get is should I say this to them? Is this the right time to say this to them? But something that usually reaffirms me is like it is out of my hands. If whoever is guiding this message through me is deciding that's the time, then that's probably the time. So I kind of do my best not to doubt it. But there's always a little bit sometimes like, oh, is this the right thing to tell people, or is this something that they can handle hearing? And if people seek me out, usually I just assume they can handle it. But if I like feel the need to read someone, I try to err a little more on the side of caution. Like I don't know if maybe I should be jumping to tell you this horrible news or not so great news or strange new news. You know, not all of it's bad. I feel like I do make it sound like I'm always delivering bad news. Sometimes I'm telling people great news. Like, let me think. Oh, there was one person I did a reading for, and the reading was like, there's gonna be a change, and I'm seeing like a lot of weather. Like I'm almost picturing like it's gonna be like a hurricane of change. Like it's a lot of stuff, and you're gonna end up moving because of it. And I got a text message the next day being like, hey, there's a tornado. The path is right through where I live, and my work is going to move me. So that like, just in case my house gets destroyed. And I'm moving like a state over. So thanks for the heads up. Because I probably wouldn't have gone if I didn't get I probably would have stayed. And I was like, oh yeah. Like that, like that to me, that's very positive. Like you could have potentially died or been injured or like been there when your house was like wrecked. Like that's horrifying.
Been traumatized.
Yeah, that's very traumatizing. And like I feel like if I can help people avoid things like that, that's a good thing. Yeah, I would say so.
For sure.
So do you not believe in God?
So I believe there's something. I don't know if I would necessarily point to like a Christian God and say, yeah, that one. Or like really most religions and say, yeah, that one. But I do think there's something. And I do think that I think you can be a bit fluid. Like I've read Christian people and Muslim people, and I've read agnostic people and all sorts of people. And I don't mind like working in the parameters of what they're comfortable with. Like if you want me to like pray and bless the reading and ask God to watch over you and like things like that, that's not a problem at all. Because a lot of the times that is what will help things channel for you. It'll be a message for you because that's what you believe in. And it's sort of, I think it's just as much as like my belief is important as their belief is important. So if I'm reading someone and say they're Christian and they think that like tarot is the devil, and I'm like, well, no, and I explain things, and then I'm like, here, I'll actually ask God and maybe Archangel Michael to bless this reading for you, and if it's God's will, it'll be like accurate for you and helpful to you. And that usually does put people at ease. Like, in all honesty, it does kind of, because when things are, like, unknown to you, I do feel like it's hard to fully put your faith in it, especially if, like, say your first experience is with someone, and they're like, oh, I don't believe in God, I'm not a Christian. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm a Christian, you're a Christian, let's do it. Like that's what'll help you. And if people, like, grow up in churches, because I do know a lot of churches are different. So, like, some churches might be like, yeah, sure, you do you. And other churches might be like, no, that's witchcraft. You'll go to hell. Like, it's different, and people grow up with different biases and whatever. And I try to just be open-minded and respectful towards that. For all religions, not even just Christians. Because Christians do have their own version of tarot, no?
Well, it depends what you mean. The Christian religions always had prophets, which were people who could see the future, and like the Old Testament had prophets.
Sworn Catholics did like a type of tarot.
I don't know much about the Catholic Church.
Yeah, my bad.
Sorry.
I don't know. Fact check me later.
If you're a Catholic and you know about that, feel free to chime in.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure.
Yeah, inform me in the comments, because I could have sworn there was. Like,
really?
Yeah, or it might be Reiki I'm thinking of. I think it might be Reiki that they do, and they just call it something else.
I don't know.
I don't do Reiki, so maybe that's why I mixed it in my head. But it's one of those. But yeah.
So we really wanted to ask you to do a tarot reading on the Cheaper Than Bail podcast.
Yes.
And let us know, are we going to be successful? And you know what deck I'm going to pick.
Well, I want to explain it to the viewers first.
Okay.
So if you don't mind giving me a few minutes.
I do not mind.
Yap. So these two right here are tarot decks, and they're both they're both different in the sense of how they read. So I found that this one's called Ethereal Visions. It's pretty, it's gold. It has very soft, comfortable, simplistic imagery. And I find this one, for people who have not like really been read before, aren't really familiar with tarot, or maybe just prefer kinder words, prefer this deck. This deck reads better to them. It makes more sense to them. Versus this one right here, the Murder of Crows deck. This one, it's rough. It's mean. The deck will make fun of you a little bit and call you stupid. And that's...
It's blunt.
It's very
blunt. You don't
blunt.
have to guess. It just tells you.
Yes. This one also doesn't really have words on the cards. The images are black and white. It's a little bit more... it's a bit harder for me to explain to people who aren't as familiar with tarot, which is why it's your favorite, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. This one does ask for you to lend me just a tad bit of your faith, versus the other one, which you can sort of be like, oh my God, that makes so much sense.
And it's a pretty picture.
These two right here are oracle decks. So oracle decks aren't necessarily the same as tarot. They just sort of have a picture and a message. This picture and this message tend to be pretty vague, and it's up to me to sort of make it make sense to you. Usually the way I use oracle cards, the moon, I use them to sort of confirm if I'm on the right path, the right train, all that good stuff with the tarot. So I use them usually together, versus the rose one, I actually can read individually. So I tend to use this more so for compatibility. So this could be romance, work, it could be familial.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
Can it be like podcast family?
Yes, it can. It could be coworkers. It could be best friends. It could be sworn enemies. It's really just for 2 people and how they interact.
Oh, but we're 3, so
I can do 3.
okay.
But I mean, I'm using 2 to be simple for them. I can do 3. It's just a little bit.
There's really a third person here, and he just refuses to come out from behind the camera.
Cameraman does not have a name. He is known only as cameraman.
Cameraman, I think, should pick the deck.
But anyway,
Can we let cameraman pick the deck?
Only if he's an ominous hand on the camera.
If he's a what?
An ominous hand.
I think he could be an ominous hand.
Can you be an ominous hand? Okay, so
is his hand ominous?
Well, would we like
made fun of him enough today?
I don't think that's making fun. I think that's keeping an air of mystery. Okay, cameraman, what deck are we using? Use your ominous, evil, disembodied hand. Oh!
Good
I
choice.
just conjured him. In chat. Okay, and then I'm also gonna just do a roses reading. I guess is it for the 3 of you or is it just for the 2 of you?
It's for the 3 of us.
Okay, so I'm gonna do this one first, and real quick, I'm gonna just explain. I do my tarot just a tad unconventional. All tarot is a bit unconventional. But the way I do it differently is I actually split my deck into 4ths. And then I get the person I'm reading to pick the card. And a lot of people don't trust their intuition. So I split it into 4ths for one reason, but I also make them close their eyes. And both of them have gotten a reading from me, so I don't mind saying this. I make them close their eyes and I switch the 4 pieces of the deck around so that if they want to pick from the same like quadrant again, they're not like, oh, well, I already picked from this one. It's like solely so they have to rely on their intuition. So if you see them picking from the 4, that's why there's 4. I'm not weird. Well, I mean,
Shouldn't we each have to pick once? Because you're reading all of us?
I mean, I was just going to pull it so it's faster.
Okay.
But yeah, when I'm doing solo readings, I'll usually have them do that just sort of as an intuition exercise. But since I'm reading for a concept or an entity or like a group of people, I'm just going to pull the cards so it's faster. I start by pulling 3 and then we kind of go from there. Are we ready?
Ready.
Okay. So.
What?
Did we tell him what the question was?
Is there a question?
Well, can you guys just let me work?
Oh.
So what I'm doing right now is I'm sort of thinking of the question. And what specifically would you guys want to know about? Do you want to know about the success? Do you want to know about the profitability? Do you want to know about the chemistry? Do you want to know, will this end in flames like Fleetwood Mac? What are we thinking?
Sorry.
Yes, girl, I'm hilarious.
Will it be successful financially?
Well, I don't want to know about. I don't care about really. Well,
How about
successful, like, not necessarily the financial part, but successful to be.
I'm asking the deck, will the podcast be successful in each member's definition?
Ooh.
So I'm going to shift this a little just so y'all can see. I picked 3 cards. Another way I do tarot just a tad unconventional is I don't believe in reversed. A card is either upside down or it's upside right. It really, to me, doesn't matter the meaning because I know if it means negative or positive in my head. The first card we have is Queen of Wands. Your wands are typically going to be lessons learned, intelligence. Your wands are fiery. They're confident. They're strong. Emily, this is your card. You take charge. You're ready to go. You have all this ambition. You have these ideas behind you. And something you're very good at is rallying support behind you. So for you, this will be successful in the idea of you are already someone of notoriety. I don't know if you yourself recognize this because you do have your back to it. But you know how to use your influence. Like, you're very naturally charismatic, very naturally influential, and you're gonna find new heights with this. You're gonna be able to utilize this in maybe a way you haven't used it before. I do think you're used to doing these things solo, and so in my head I keep hearing, like, you're not alone. Like, you have a team. Teamwork makes the dream work and all that good stuff. You're the queen, and you don't have to rule alone. You have advisors and chief men and all that good stuff. So that would be your card. And then I do want to say this is strength. And we have someone grabbing like a dog by the jaws. And that's what I'm hearing is go get it. Go get him. And Canberra, that's your card. you are not maybe used to doing things like this. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You're doing things you're not used to doing, but you know what? You're doing them. And you should find pride in that. I hear the word pride a lot. I'm picturing like lions, panthers, like I'm hearing belly of the beast. Like you're sort of looking similar to the woman in Emily's card, where you both have like a similar face. Hers is just like, hers is her face. Yours sort of looks like a mask. So I think you are taking a lot of inspiration, maybe mentorship from her, trying to be a bit more like that queen. And I think you're capable. You're just as in it as she is. You're just as willing to grab it by the jaws and be ready to go and roaring to go. And so I think you're going to get out of this confidence. And I think that's where you'll find the success, is that you're going to find yourself more confident. Public speaking, talking to people, being on camera, improvising, ad-libbing. You're not going to second guess your ideas so much after a while of doing this. You're going to say, I want to jump in the pool. I want to go run in a bear costume in the woods. You're going to go be like ready to do it. And you're going to say, rawr. You're not going to be like, maybe I shouldn't do it. You're going to be like, no, let's do it. And I think that's going to be what you find success with. And then, cameraman.
He looks scary.
I think you're used to a dynamic like this. You're used to maybe being behind in a team, working in a group, maybe not necessarily having your name on things, but still being a part of a project. And I think something that you're going to gain from this is learning how to execute without maybe... You're going to learn how to execute the things in your head without maybe all the resources you might need to execute those things. You're going to be performing on the level as someone who has maybe like $1,000 budget when you maybe have like a $20 budget. You're going to learn to make do. That's what's popping in my head, is make do. You're going to become a lot more resourceful, a lot more strategic. And with that, I think you're going to maybe feel like, feather and cap. That's what I'm getting. Like, you feel like you're accomplishing something, you're achieving something, and you're achieving what you want to achieve. It's not necessarily, it may not look like something to someone on the outside. Like, they might see you being proud and like feeling accomplished, and they might be like, yeah, sure, whatever, dude. But it's yours. That is in my head. It's yours. It's yours, and you deserve to be proud of it. And you get to make of it what you want to make of it with what you made it with. I feel like that's not making a lot of sense.
I get it. And I think that's really amazing.
Yeah, it's like, I just had a thought. You don't always necessarily start at the top. You just see the top. Does that make sense? Like, always looking up. Like, I think a lot of people who are famous, you see them when they're famous. You don't see them when they're in their garages inventing the iPhone. You don't see them when they're at like their starting point. You see them when they've already achieved. And so I think you're stepping in a right direction to hit those heights. And this isn't necessarily a bad step. Like, it's going to be a good brick. You know, when people say, I built this brick by brick, This is a good brick. This is a brick made with extra love and extra hard work. And I had a thought. So with this card, and you'll be able to see it when it shows on the screen or whatever, you have a sword, which is protection, a wand, which is like learning, lessons learned, and then you have a pentacle, which is usually like tangible stuff, tangible reward, and you get all three. So like, you really are benefiting from what you're doing. And then there is a cup at the top. So you have all four of the suits just chilling. Like, you're making the best out of an opportunity. You're going to get something out of it, whether it's tangible, whether it's you're learning a lot. Maybe you're learning a trade. Like, you're mastering. You're getting better. It just kind of... Sometimes it just comes in so vague. You're getting better. It's like a little positive affirmation. Yeah, I feel like cameraman's made the least sense because I'm just getting a lot of phrases.
I think it made a lot of sense to me. And I think that it was interesting that all of our ideas of success were different, but all of it sounded like we were going to be successful.
I think I'm going to pull you each an oracle just to see if I'm right. And let's see. This shouldn't take too terribly long. Emily, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. You got that fire at your back
Adventure.
again. You are aimed. It's in your sights. You are ready. Luck is on your side. Canberra, the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. You, the girl has like two faces. I think that doesn't mean you are two-faced or you're like lying. I do think it just means you have two sides. Don't be afraid to be confident. Don't be afraid to step into it. You're in it. You might as well be in it. If that makes any sense. And cameraman, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Capricorns are money, baby. Capricorns are money.
He's the only one that he had cups, which means money. He has Capricorn, which is, so the only one that's going to make money off of this is cameraman.
But the end of a tough cycle approaches, so you might be at the end of a struggle era. No more cheap ramen for you, cameraman. You're about to be eating lobster mac and cheese TikTok shop style. You're about
Carbonated mac and cheese.
You're about to be stepping up, though. Seriously, I do get that feeling that, like, a bit of struggle, a bit of poverty, a bit, like, to me, it's poverty. I keep hearing, like, you don't have to be broke anymore. You can do it.
I want to hear that.
But, like, it's about to be definitely a change for you. Yeah, and that's what I got.
This is what he said.
He went. He's feeling it. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys. So this deck right here is the rose deck from earlier, where basically I can just see how compatible people are. And the way I do this is I pull one for each person. So I'm going to pull 3. And then I pull one that describes them 3 together, like the whole relationship. Again, this can be business. This can be relationships like dating. This can be siblings. This can be parents. It can be a lot of different things. But for now, I'm just going to focus on the professional like podcast relationship. And so I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kimber.
Sorry, I didn't know you weren't doing an important part.
You're fine.
No, it's good background music.
This is right there at the bottom. Okay. So, let me move it to where y'all can see. And first one. You get this card every time. Okay, every time I do this reading for Emily, she gets like the same 2 cards. She got the Challenger again. The Challenger. So the way we sort of break down these cards is there's a number, a name, and then the type of rose, also the rose imagery. So Emily here is a wild rose. Number 4, the Challenger. Once I flip another card, I can explain how that sort of interacts with each other. But Emily has lots of leaves, and leaves are usually the connections, the people. So you know a lot of people, you're well networked, you have a lot of people. And then the actual like flower itself usually represents the person. So we have not 1, not 2, 3, 4. You have lots of like different faces. This could be like yourself, your professional face, whatever. You do have one that has not blossomed yet. So I do think there's more to come out of you while you're doing this. You also have lots of thorns. So the people that you do have like with you, you picked them, like you chose them. You were like, these are my people. These are the people who are going to uplift me. These are the people who are going to support me. These are the people who have my back, and I will have theirs as well. And you're fully blossomed, and the face that we see, it's very simple. Like what we see is what we get. There's just a few different sides, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. For Kimber, we have, the Explorer. Number 28, Old Garden Rose. So now that we've flipped another one, I can sort of explain. Wild roses are a bit more carefree. They're wild. They do what they want to do. They're spontaneous. They get an idea. They go, let's go do it. Old garden roses tend to be a bit more traditional, a bit more, let's slow it down. Let's think it through. This is you. So let's plan. Let's think ahead. You have 2 faces and 1, 2, 3, 4 buds. There's lots you haven't discovered yet. And I think you're going to get the opportunity to do so. You do have some leaves with you. You do have some stems that are sort of broken off. Maybe you've cut some people off, people closer to your roots, people you knew a while ago. But you're getting a lot of new connections. New connections, and these people are going to really fulfill you. They're going to really matter to you. I'm feeling like new friends. Like, yeah, let's get some new friends. And I think with that, you're going to be a bit more comfortable. Like, you're going to be a bit more stable. I do also want to point out you're both white. So usually, like, color synergy is, like, a good thing. And then I'm going to flip over cameraman. Cameraman is, ooh, the rebel. Okay, the rebel.
How the heck did he get to rebel?
I kind of see it.
What?
Well, because, okay, so the name also doesn't necessarily always match the person. Like, I do think the Challenger 100% fits Emily, but I would not describe Camber as the Explorer. You know what I mean? It just sort of means...
I think everything that
How
you
am I a
said about
challenger?
me
She says,
definitely
challenging me.
fits.
But no, I'm going to go back to Cameraman real quick. So, the Rebel, number 7, also Wild Rose. You get an idea and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. You have a few thorns. They're kind of small. So, like, when people do kind of, like, rub you the wrong way, you're not very, like, reactionary. You're just sort of like, okay, well, let's just be done with it. The people you do have close to you are great. They're solid people. But you yourself are pretty, like, dim, desaturated. You'll notice these two are very vibrant, very white. You're like this mute red, this mute yellow. So you have a lot of similar colors to Emily. They just sort of show themselves differently. So where you guys might maybe think the same or have, like, similar thought processes, they show up in kind of different execution. So, like, you might want the lights to be blue and he might want the lights to be purple. Similar things, not necessarily the exact same. You're also going to get a lot of new connections out of this. You and Camber both have, like, okay, so when they're above you, it means it's coming later. When it's below you, it means it's in your path. So you both have lots of blossoms above you. So you guys have yet to come into, like, your own, into maybe new ideas. Yours, Cameraman, though, are closer to blooming. So if you have an idea and you're thinking, maybe I shouldn't do this yet, you should go for it. You should go for it, or maybe wait just a little longer because the timing's about to be perfectly sweet for you. And then I'm going to pull all three of you together. Real talk, the numbers are not very prevalent for you guys. Usually the numbers have to do with like how similar you are in maturity, thinking level, and you're all sort of all over the place. I think the closest, again, are Cameraman and Emily. So you guys probably just think similar thoughts.
Just replace me, I guess.
No
I'm
replacing.
just kidding.
It's not that deep. We're gonna go with this one. The Self. Another card Emily gets a lot. The Self is a modern garden. So again, modern gardens are like almost like a mix of the two. Like, the example I usually like to give is, like, if we're going on a road trip. Wild Roses are gonna book the tickets and pack the morning of. Your old garden roses want it planned 2 months in advance. They want an itinerary for when they get there. They have the hotels. It's the best hotels in the area. Modern gardens are like, I'll pack my bags. We'll figure out the hotel on the way. Things like that. So you three working together, it's pretty balanced. We have, let's jump in and let's do this idea, but maybe we should think about how to actually get to that idea. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good idea to maybe slow those thoughts down because you'll end up with a clearer picture. We have the mix of all three of your colors, which is a really great sign. We have the whites, we have the yellows, we have the reds, all in there. And the rose, we have one that's fully bloomed and one that's almost fully bloomed. So you guys are really, like, jumping into this and you're ready to go. It's well executed, and I think I hear this is the one. This is the one. You guys, maybe all three of you have been looking for a group or a project or a collaboration to be like, let me put my energy, let me put my investment in it. I want people who are just invested in this as I am. I want, like, a team who will give me what I need, what I want. And I think this is the one. This is your team.
Yeah.
The people you guys choose to collaborate with, to guest, to have assist you, these are all great people. They're the best of what you all can combine together. And you all have very different, skill sets, groups. Maybe, like, you've networked with different people individually and they all sort of fit together in this unconventional but great way. The Self is number 34. I don't know why, but I do feel like that matters.
7 and 7.
Yes, 774422. Yeah, I don't know. I hear it. The numbers thing really is just, it's, if you don't get it, you don't get it, and I don't really know how else to explain it to you guys, but the numbers do sort of have patterns. basically, to summarize, you guys do come together in a really wonderful, vibrant way. Like, you guys really do collaborate and bring out the best in yourselves and each other. And I think this is a great endeavor. Good job.
And we have a ton of fun.
Yes, we do have a ton of fun. We do have a ton of fun. But yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
So you should watch our podcast because we're obviously going to be a big deal.
100%.
Even the super shy behind the scenes cameraman who we were going to get out in front of the camera
he
eventually.
says, no, I don't want to.
That is now our new goal.
But yeah,
Those are
I liked that.
That's the
Did you like that? I feel positive and excited. Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us tonight.
Yes, no.
That was a really great reading, and I'm not surprised personally that you, or the cards rather, would not answer any questions I ask about money, because I get read by Robin often and I ask questions about financial security often. And every single time I do that, what do the cards say?
They say, none your business. Leave me alone.
They say, we're not answering that.
Some people are not built for wealth.
I'm not built for wealth.
God.
Some people are built for wealth. Hashtag camera. Yeah. Probably gonna get oogles of money. I'm just kidding. It's not always money. It might be better equipment. In all honesty, he's probably gonna be more.
Listen, I love his equipment. What we need is like to eat well.
Yes, I know y'all saw that other camera quality.
Yeah.
We're gonna mind our business on that. But yeah,
No, just to
is there anything else I have to do?
No, thank you so much for coming. We're really glad that you're here. And if you could just really talk to your spirit guides or mine and tell them that I'm ready now for financial wealth, I would really appreciate if you could give me a...
No.